But now let's get to the Grammys finally.
Mm.
So before we even talk about our winners and whatever, are there any snubs? Surprising snubs for you?
Well, the most obvious snub's J. Cole.
Big one.
I was just like, I was shocked, especially just because of how the nominations are this year.
Hmm.
I was kind of just expecting. I was like, oh, so there should be room for him somewhere.
Well, I feel like this was probably one of his most socially, culturally, mainstreamly like impactful albums.
Yeah,
And the
I
fact
think.
that it was so successful as it was without like gimmicky or anything, and still
Yeah,
was in the consciousness of the entire music world for like the whole month it was out,
right.
and for it to still be snubbed is kind of insane.
That still doesn't make sense to me. I'm
I'm pretty
still like,
sure his other was his last album nominated.
I think so.
It's just
I feel like he was somewhere, but
it's strange.
this
And
is
no,
like
not even
it's crazy.
like that's just the album, but nothing off the album was nominated.
Yeah, not one nomination. So that's odd. I was kind of shocked there.
We'll get more
Um,
to the rap category for sure, but that one was definitely a big snub.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what were big moments that. Oh, I mean, Nicki wasn't nominated for anything,
And
and she
I
had some
don't
big
know.
singles. She
Yeah,
had some
but
big songs, but
nominate
that's not a
Grammy
huge number.
worthy. I don't know about that one.
Hmm, I can see that. I don't know. I'd probably remember him if I went by category, but J. Cole just stood out the most as he was just. I was just like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous.
I was a bit surprised that Travis wasn't nominated for Album of the Year.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that was interesting. But he's still getting.
Rap album
Yeah,
nominee. I was definitely surprised by Beach House 7 not being nominated anywhere.
yeah, that was interesting.
Zero nominations, which just didn't make
Zero.
sense. Tiana Taylor didn't get any love, but I wasn't necessarily super surprised by that. Just kind of like Lil Wayne wasn't nominated, and I wasn't super surprised by that either.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't surprised by
Like I
that.
wouldn't have been surprised if they were nominated, but I wasn't like so surprised that they weren't either.
Yeah, I was. There were a few people. I'm trying to think of.
Kali Uchis is a big one for me.
Yeah, that was interesting. Where, like, her album
Nothing
was
slept on.
pretty well packaged.
I feel like it
Like,
was
all of that was a
critically
vibe.
acclaimed too. Like I felt it had the critical
I don't think
attention.
anybody said anything bad. I don't. I feel like everybody was like, "Yo, she's like one of the ones." But I don't know. I haven't seen an interview or anything. Maybe it's just because she's not very visible.
That definitely has a part of it. She isn't super visible like outside of the album.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people are even really aware of her.
Right. Like they could have. They probably heard her song on the radio, but don't have
They
any
definitely
idea.
heard Miami. That was a big one for her.
Yeah. Mhm.
But she definitely wasn't doing. I didn't feel like she was doing the rounds like she should have been.
Right.
But it's still just. I mean, but I hate that that's such a big part of it. But people that are involved with music so much, you just don't think that it'd be that big of a stretch for them to know who she
I
was.
mean, I was kind of surprised at the weekend. I thought his EP might garnish
I
some
just thought it was
type.
just too short, and the fact that he called it an EP, I don't think it got the respect that it was that it should have.
Yeah, because I thought that project was amazing.
I
But
mean, there's a few others like for me, Young Fathers for sure,
oh yeah,
but
Young
again,
Father.
kind of niche. I don't think they've really broken through the mainstream kind of yet. They're
Yeah,
still on the fringe. Kids See Ghosts was one I was surprised by. I
yeah. I wanted
thought
Cuddy to
that
get love.
was
That was
one of the best
amazing.
projects out of that whole Kanye wave, anyways.
Top two,
Um,
only two. No, I'm just
Saba
Saba.
again
Yeah, I was
on
kind
the
of looking,
fringe,
but
but I was really hoping he would get some respect for what he did put out.
I was thinking Royce.
Royce, yeah,
Yeah,
but
or
definitely for
even J
me,
Rock.
honestly,
J Rock even.
for me, Saba was one of the one I was hoping for the most. I would get that underground
Yeah,
kind of respect. It's
he
one of my
slept
favorite
on.
albums of the year.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, outside of a few, outside of those few big snubs, specifically like J. Cole, I wasn't surprised by what I found on there. They
Yeah.
went just about how I thought it would be, except for maybe Greta Van Fleet.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
surprised they got so much love as they did.
I didn't know they were that popular right now. Like,
Nah, this is
I
like their
knew they were.
big breakthrough debut. I don't know if it's debut, but it was definitely like their breakthrough project. And honestly, I feel like critics kind of shit on it for the most part.
Mm, yeah.
So I was pretty surprised to see it as popular in the Grammys as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for those that know, we covered Greta Van Fleet. Was it maybe last year in DC for one of their shows. So I mean, it's crazy to think that when we covered them, people knew them, but not like a ton of people knew them. And then they came out with like their album this year, and now they're like these Grammy darlings.
Right. That's a
So,
lot of nuts.
so I mean, that's dope. You know, we out here. We know what we're doing. We know what music we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
We were definitely on them early, but
Yeah, that's tight. So yeah, go check out that footage.
yeah, I think those are some of our best shots actually.